Hey, it's Justin again. Usually Saturdays I do the book reviews or book recommendations. Do the book recommendations on Saturday. Today's Monday, but since I didn't get around to it then, I'm doing it now. This time, Redeeming Love. Normally, I'm not into Christian fiction. My wife recommended I read it, so I did. Well, I'm not quite done with it. I still have a little ways to go, but it's an excellent book. Again, it's Redeeming Love. It's about the main character's her name's Angel. Well, that's not her actual name. That's her prostitute name. She's a prostitute. She was a prostitute, and then eventually she in the beginning of the book she's a prostitute. But then a guy marries her. Name's Michael Hosea. You know, kind of reminds you of the prophet Hosea. God instructed Hosea to marry a prophet. God instructed the prophet Hosea to marry a prostitute. In the New Testament, I don't know if God would instruct someone to marry a prostitute nowadays because in I think Second Corinthians 6 talks about not being unequally yoked with unbelievers, and it's probably why it's fiction. But because we're supposed to be unequally yoked with unbelievers. But anyways, because of the story, highly awesome story. Other than the fact that God probably wouldn't do that today. It's set in the 1800s. Um, Basically, how Michael Hosea treats this woman, even though she had such a terrible past. At first, she didn't want to marry him, but certain events happened, and she ended up marrying him. She ends up getting beaten almost to death, and then when she's in her messed up state, she ended up agreeing to marry him. He nursed her back to health. He treats her so good. Despite the fact that she tried to run away, despite the fact that has all these skeletons in her closet, she had a really tragic upbringing, being abused as a little girl. I haven't got all the way through it, but basically, him showing Christ-like love to her, she's growing. Even though she was all shut up, had these walls, she's starting to love him now. It's really an amazing story. Highly recommend you read it. That's all I got for today. You guys have a great one. Thanks for watching.